The way I got into franchising was, back in 2011, I had a full-time job, but I was looking to do something a bit more than that. And that's when I started looking at different opportunities. And I came across a brick and mortar franchise that was just getting started back then. And I decided that would be really good for me to get into. So I started with one office in 2011, and over a period of 3 years, I opened three offices in three different cities. So I quite enjoyed the journey as well, and that's really how I got into franchising. What I love about franchising is the support and the network that comes along with it. So when I say support, what I mean is, it's the systems, it's the processes, it's the training manuals, it's the marketing support, and everything that you get from a head office, from the franchisor itself. That's it saves a lot of time when you come to think about it. So it's that support, and then more importantly, it's also the network, right? So partnering up with other franchise partners, sharing best practices, you learn a lot that way as well. And I suppose, comparing a franchise to an standalone business, in a business environment, you would not get that extended network, nor would you have all that support as well. So, I think these are the two things that I quite enjoyed myself, being a franchisee and right now as a franchisor as well. We make sure that all our franchise partners benefit from these two. So I think to be successful in a franchise or in a business environment, I think the three key things that are very important. First is business acumen, being able to identify risks, challenges, and then converting them into opportunities. Second, being marketing. So regardless of what business it is, there's always going to be a marketing activity that needs to come into play. And lastly, it's communication. So great to get customers, whether it's B2C or B2B, but then you've got to maintain the right level of communication with them as well. So I think these are the three key characteristics that it takes for anyone to be successful. So, with COVID, I think a lot of franchisors that I'm familiar with, I think have flourished, right? With people as well all around the globe, they've had time to sort of reassess, and think about, do they still want to continue doing their 9 to 5 job, or whether it's a shift-based work, right? Or try and do something more for themselves. So I think a lot of franchisors have been able to grow during this period with the right candidates that they would like to onboard. I think for certain brands, especially where there's been brick and mortar, I think they've had a few delays in openings, but I think that's also going to be a good opportunity moving forward, because all our downtown districts or CBDs are going to look slightly different over the next few years. And that's going to come up with more opportunities, right? There's going to be different ways in terms of how they service different kinds of shop fronts. So I think it's going to be an exciting time. And for those that want to get into a B2B brand as well, there's no better time to do it. So in terms of some of the challenges that the industry needs to address, I believe it's around digital transformation, right? It's being able to provide smart technology to franchisees so their business operations are a lot smoother as well. And ultimately, it flows down to their customers as well. So I think a lot of investment needs to be made into digital transformation and back office support from franchisors to franchisees. Absolutely. Look, there's, in terms of getting started, the sooner the better, right, for anyone. I started my first business when I was 22, and I started my first franchise when I was 25. So I would say, the younger you are, the more you're going to learn. So, get into it really quick, give it 100%. Make sure you have a good marketing budget as well to get off the ground. And with this, I think you'll be off to a very, very good start.